Hello everyone, welcome to the With Woman Health channel. I'm Elena, the certified nurse midwife behind With Woman Health. And today on the channel, I'm gonna be unboxing some happy planner supplies that I recently ordered. But first, I wanted to talk to you just a little bit about With Woman Health in general. Why in the world a women's health and wellness platform would be talking about planner supplies at all. And just give you an idea of what you might see in the future on this channel. So why would a women's health channel be talking about planner supplies? Well, planning for your health is extremely important. It doesn't just happen. We don't just get the things that we need, the appointments we need, the medications we need, the peace that we need, just by happenstance, right? We have to plan for those things. And so I have an entire podcast, With Woman Podcast. You can get that anywhere you listen to your podcasts. I will try to link the episode I'm referencing right now down below. And over on the podcast, I have a whole episode related to exactly that. Why is planning related to women's health? How can it help you with your health? And I would recommend that you go and listen to that because it's got a lot of really great information about the benefits of planning and how it can help you to reach your goals and to feel better, to look better, and just be an overall happier you. So on this channel, you're gonna see a lot of planning supplies, how I plan, things related to health and related to planning. But also what you might see over here is sometimes I talk about things on the podcast that you might need to see in person. Maybe there is a concept that's difficult to explain just by listening. It's something that you might need to see, a diagram, a picture, a model, that sort of thing. So that's the kind of stuff you're going to see over here on this channel, along with lots of planning. I am extremely passionate about women's health and wellness. Obviously, I've made my whole career in women's health, but I'm also extremely passionate about planning. And the reason for that is because I am a type A person. I like to have things very organized, and I have a lot of anxiety about things if I don't have them planned out and organized and all of the things that are going on in my brain put down on paper. And so planning has helped me with that tremendously. I've always been a planner, and honestly, the older I get, just the more planning that I do. So that's what you're going to see on this channel. Okay, sorry about that. We had to pause and come back. We got some barkies today going on. They're quite excited this morning. Okay, so in today's video, the items I'm going to be unboxing, a couple of them are school related. That is because it's back to school time. We're in full swing here where we live. I know some of you are going to be going back to school soon. So I thought that it was a timely time to be looking at these items. I homeschool. Not all of my children homeschool, but I do homeschool one of my children. And I have gotten by with what I've been planning with for the last 2 years, but this particular year we have started high school. And so I felt like I really needed a more, I needed to level up my planning to make sure that we're meeting all of the goals and requirements that we need to be meeting for high school. And I needed a little bit of a better record keeping system so that I can be prepared to create a transcript for my homeschool student. So that is why I'm leveling up to these items. But you'll see that one of these items is actually a teacher planner. So if you are a teacher going back to school, this is a great product for you. And then if you're a homeschool mama, you'll see what I've got here that will help you. And I bought both because I liked some pieces from both, and so that's the great thing about a disc-bound planner system, is that you can pick and choose and sort of create the planner that works for you for whatever you're using it for. So what I have here, this is not necessarily school related, but this is just something that I purchased for me, and I'll tell you how I use it, is just a sticky note pad that's also punched, and I'm just gonna open it here and show you. Let me move some of this other stuff out of the way. So you can see here that this is punched on the side to fit a ringed binder. So we'll be able to fit this into any type of disc-bound planner system. And what I do is I snap these in to the planner, and then I have all of these sticky notes here that I use for pre-planning. So when I've got a monthly layout, for instance, is usually how I use it, and I haven't decorated for the month yet, or I haven't decided what colors I want to use, because I do some decorative planning. I'm more of a functional planner than a decorative planner, although I do like to be creative in my planner, which is also good for your mental health. But I like to put sticky notes whenever I schedule something or plan something. My work schedule's made really far in advance. The kids' sports schedules and that kind of stuff are made really far in advance. So I use these in my monthly to just sort of hold the place of whatever thing it is that I'm planning for that particular day or time. That way when I go to put my boxes and my stickers and use my pen in my planner, I'm all set. I know when everything is. And so each one of these little things, you know, does have sticky on it. A good sticky. This is a good one. It's got a lot of sticky. Some other ones only have sticky just on a little piece right here, but this one is sticky all the way to here. So it's going to stick really good in your planner. You're not going to lose it. And then that's going to help you pre-plan. You could use these for lots of different things. If you just wanted to stick this up in your house somewhere and just have it to use as regular sticky notes, you could do that, but I use it in my planner. All right, I'm going to set this to the side, and I also got this 3-piece set of bookmarks, and I'm going to open them up and just let you see what they look like real quick. Get this trash out of the way. Okay, so we've got one that says, it says stay humble and be kind, very sweet, and then it says this week. And then you've got one that says this month, and good things are ahead. And then we've got one that says notes at the top and go the extra mile. Now, I may not necessarily use the headers that are up here. You can very easily put a sticker or something over this and make it say whatever you need it to say. But I do like to have some bookmarks in my planner because it helps me to be able to go to the week that I'm on or the day that I'm on, or if I need to mark just a certain section that I'm going to a lot. So for instance, if you use your planner for multiple things, like let's say you have a section on meal planning and you want to mark that because you're going to it every single day, or a section on cleaning and you want to go to that regularly, or maybe your finances and you want to go to that regularly. Like, it's just really good to have some bookmarks so that you can easily get to the tab that you're looking for. So I picked those up. These were all on deep discount, the sticky notes and the bookmarks, during Happy Planner's recent sale. All right, let's get into the planners. That's the really fun part, right, is the planner. All right, we're starting with the big teacher layout. So this is the Happy Planner big layout. You might be more familiar with a classic Happy Planner if you're already a planner, which is like a 7x9, I believe. But this is a big planner. So it's an 8.5 by 11, which is like the size of a regular sheet of notebook paper. Now the outside has a little bit of a bigger footprint than that, but inside the pages are about the size of a regular piece of like copy paper. And this is the teaching seasons. It's a 12-month planner. It runs from July of 2025 through June of 2026. And I just fell in love with this planner. I love seasonal planners. I mean, just look at how cute it is. This turned. Teach all the things. It's got all the seasonal little things on it. And you'll see that that is also going to be on our dividers throughout this planner. So this is the front, the back, also has the same kind of thing. And then of course the little Happy Planner logo. But I mean, just look at how sweet. I'm in love with strawberries, mushrooms. I love mushrooms. It's just, this is so cute. This is so my vibe. This one is on pink plastic discs. And I'm gonna kind of take you through the layout so that you have an idea of what to expect when you get this type of planner. So if you're a teacher, this would really be perfect for teachers. All right, let me just make sure I'm in frame. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and cut this off so that we can get into the meat of the planner here. All right, the first page here is your name page. So you can, sorry for the dog hair there. Happy Planner Teacher Edition. This planner belongs to, you can write your school name, your room number, your address of your school, or whatever you want. I mean, look at the inside of this. It's so cute. So cute. Anyway, so if you're teaching at a school, like a traditional teacher role, this is some stuff for you. Then we've got the academic calendar here, so you can see the entire year, 2025 to 2026, July through June, just kind of a year at a glance there. And then you've got some notes here. So you've got your school schedule, like what time school starts, recess, what time is lunch, recess. So they're getting a lot of recess here in this school. And then what time of day your school ends. Of course, you can white out and make these say anything you want. Happy Planner here has like notes for the substitute, a little dot grid section for any additional notes you want. And then you've got reliable students and reliable teachers. So that would be where you could make notes about like students maybe that you could give tasks, teachers that you could ask to help you out with things. So just some good information there if you're a teacher in a traditional teaching setting. Then we've got these pages here, which is, again, it runs from July through June. So 2 pages of that. And it also tells you to the side here what day of the week falls on the, like August the 1st was a Friday, all the way through the end of the month, August the 31st, which is a Sunday. So you could do a little bit of pre-planning here, any important dates that you want to remember ahead of time, but maybe you don't want to put in your spread yet, you could put here. You could put your classroom birthdays here, lots of different things that you could use these pages for. And then we're going to get into the months. So Happy Planner has a page like this in all of their planners for every single month. A lot of people call this their currently page because I think that that is what it used to be for maybe when Happy Planner first started. Now people still call it the currently page, but you can kind of do whatever you want here. The way it's set up is you've got priorities and your top 3 for the month of July. Any important information here on like a grid-based section, and then a take note section with lines. So you could really make this page anything you wanted it to be, just things that were important for you for July. And then look at this beautiful divider here. It's a beautiful day to learn. This is July. And then this is not a custom planner. This is a planner that Happy Planner already has set up. And so unfortunately, you are always going to have part of your monthly layout on the back side of your divider. And so you really, unless you're going to redate and not use these pages, you're not able to really reuse these dividers. But that's okay, because they're going to come out with new, cute, exciting dividers for the next year. And so you'll have something cute to move to the next time. And this, every month, is going to have an entire monthly layout. You've got notes on the side. Because this is a big Happy Planner, you've got lots of big squares here where you can do your monthly planning. And that's just good for somebody that likes to see an entire month at a glance, or things that you need to jot down before you get into the weeks. But I really like this big monthly layout. And then, of course, they've got some holidays marked out for you, of course, like Independence Day, the 4th of July, Asherah, beginning at sundown. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. Canada Day, International Day of Friendship. So lots of those kind of things. And then the weekly layouts in this particular planner are all going to look exactly the same. So you've got the first day of the week. It's a Monday through Friday week. There's no weekends here because, again, this is intended for teachers. So of course, you're not at school on the weekends. So it's a Monday through Friday planner. You could use this not just if you're a teacher, but you could use this for work. If you're a Monday through Friday type of employee and you see this as being something that you could use for work, you could take out the teacher items or change those things to fit your life. But my thoughts are you would use this Monday through Friday, and then you would write maybe each subject that you're responsible for at the top here, and then you would kind of plan out your week, what you're going to teach or what you're going to go over, or if you have a field trip or whatever on these pages. And so you have got a layout or a little spread like this for every single week of the month. So for July, that goes all the way through the 31st, and you've even got the first day of August here on this week because it is on a Friday and it falls in this week. Okay, and then now we're into August. So again, you've got your currently page and then your divider for the month of August. So each and every single month is going to have the exact same pages that we just went through in July. So they're all going to be the same. So now I'm just going to take you through the dividers in this particular planner so you can see what they look like. So August is precious. We've got all these really cute seashells, which in my neck of the woods, it's August now and it is still extremely hot. So seashells are perfect. There are still a lot of beach trips happening. All right, September. Mushrooms. So adorable. I love these polka dotted caps that are on these mushrooms. Look at this. They're so sweet. Okay, and that does seem appropriate for fall. Once it gets September, it is still hot here, but it does start to feel like fall. The stores all have fall stuff out. We're starting to get prepared for the holidays. So this is appropriate for September. And then for October, Halloween month, we have this adorable divider with these little ghosts and owls and pumpkins. And oh, So cute, so cute. Then November, we have Teach from the Heart with this foil pumpkin. I don't know if you can tell that it's foil, but so cute. And then all the fall leaves, because really November is strongly into fall, and it is hopefully cooling off here just a little bit by then. All right, and then let's get into December. We have this really precious foiled ornament, string of ornaments or string of lights maybe for Christmas. Still in these fun colors, but you got the red foil on the page and just really festive. I think that's so precious. Then in January, winter scene, you've got all the little ice skating ladies, just so cute. Gnats. February, for the love of learning, we have these cute bows with the little cherries. I just love this. This is very Valentine's Day themed, which is perfect for the month of February. I just think that this is precious. Then we get into March, feeling lucky to be a teacher, and we have kind of this really sweet rainbow here with lemons. I just love lemons, any kind of lemons or fruit, and then flowers, cherries, just very cute, subdued March thing. Sorry for the gnats. All right, April, we have another mushroom scene, but in more springy colors and vibe going on here. Lots of cute flowers, lots of cute mushrooms. They do still have polka dots, but they're different polka dots than the September. So this is really cute and springy. April, now we're into May, Mother's Day. That's perfect with the little envelope here with the flowers coming out of it. Teach, grow, love. I just really love this. And then June, oh, this is probably one of my favorite in the whole planner. I just love fruit, but this is the June scene. We've got all the strawberries and the lemons and the cherries, and this is so cute. This is, a lot of folks will be out of school by then. At least we will around here. We'll be finished with school usually by May. For homeschool, sometimes we have some catching up to do in June, but for the most part, you know, around here, schools are finished by June, at least by the first week of June for sure. And again, that month is going to be the same as the rest. And then we've got this checklist in the back here. So you've got a divider that's got, it's kind of like the outside of the planner. It's got a little bit of all of the months here. So you've got your seashells and your bows and your cherries and your little fox, your owl. So it's just a whole conglomerate of the whole seasonal planner. And let's see what's behind here on our checklist. Classroom checklist. So I can see us using this in our homeschool for lots of different things. I don't have a lot of homeschoolers. I have just one homeschooler. My other kids go to a more traditional school setting. And so I do have to track some things for them, but not the same way that I do my homeschooler. So I don't need to put names here, but I could see this being used for lots of other things for us. So chore lists or different things that are not specific to each subject, but other things that he needs to be checking off of his list. So not sure how we're going to use this, but if you were a teacher, you could use this with all of your students' names, and you could check off whether they've turned in a project or whether they've turned in money for a specific field trip. Or if you are teaching younger children and you have like a teacher's helper sort of thing, this could be something that you could use for that, to make sure that everybody's had an opportunity to be the teacher's helper, or to feed the class pet, or, you know, lots of options. And it looks like there's lots of pages for that. So you're getting really like 1 whole spread, 2, 3, 4, and a half. So 4.5 of these classroom checklist pages, which could be really helpful. So Plan a Happy Life. I really do love this planner. It's a big reason why I got this planner is for the dividers and the discs, and I just really love this seasonal layout. So that's a collab with Carolyn Alfred's. It's the big teacher layout, Teaching Seasons. And last time I checked, this was still available on the Happy Planner website, and actually it is probably on sale now. This was not on sale when I purchased it, but I do believe it's on sale now. The sticky notes and the bookmarks I purchased were on sale, but the planners themselves were not. Okay, I'm going to move this one out of the way, and then I'm going to bring over this layout, which is actually the Homeschool planner. All right, this planner is the big Homeschool layout. Again, it is a 12-month planner. It also runs from July of 2025 to June of 2026. And it is a collab with Erilyn Widerhold. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And this one is called Homeschool Heart. And I like most everything about this particular planner, and I'm going to use probably the guts from this planner, but with some pieces of the teacher layout added in. And I'm probably going to use the Teaching Seasons covers and dividers just because I liked them better than I like this one. It's just more of my vibe. But I'm going to walk you through this one, and this may be exactly what you're looking for. But it comes on these kind of blue, or, you know, blue, seal blue is what I would probably call these, plastic discs. And it says Live, Love, Inspire, Teach Homeschool Planner. It's really pretty. It's got, this background looks sort of like a wood slat, you know, kind of like a shiplap background. And then on the inside, you've got these really cute flowers, very cute. And then I'm going to go ahead and just cut this off so we can get into the meat of the planner here. This is your name page here. You've got Happy Planner Homeschool Edition, and you've got all kinds of teacherly things here, pencils and dry erase markers and scissors and that kind of stuff. So very cute. Then again, in this planner, you've got a year at a glance where you can see all of your dates for the entire year of 2025 and the entire year of 2026. And then some notes sections over here. This might be a really good spot to use your dot markers for, you know, for instance, you make a little key like no school this day or field trip this day, and one color or another color, and then you dot your days. Just an idea for how you might want to use that. Then we've got this same little layout here that you saw in the teacher planner running from July all the way through June, where you've got the date for the month and then the day of the week, and then just some spots. You've got your Saturday and Sunday marked out in gray, and your weekdays here in white. So lots of different things you can use that for. And of course, again, you're going to have this currently page at the beginning of every single month with your priorities, your important section, and your take notes section. And then your divider here for July, Teachers Change the World One Child at a Time. And it's got these same little flowers from the inside cover. And then again, you've got a monthly view for July 2025, nice big squares for putting notes in. But then what you didn't see in the teacher planner, but you do have here in the school planner, is you've got some to-dos for the month, some deadlines for the subject and the date, and then a little chore section, which is perfect for homeschoolers because we do have some specific chores that have to be done every day. Schoolwork is not considered done unless your chores are done. And then we move into, a grade tracker. So you've got your student's name, your grade, the year, the subject, the date, the test or the project, the grade, the letter grade, like percentage grade, letter grade, so like your number grade, letter grade. Lots of blocks for that for the month of July. This is great for keeping up with grades for homeschool parents. So this is exactly what I'm looking for as far as high school goes. Then we've got a class overview. So this is a great place if you're homeschooling a high schooler and you need to keep up with some very important information about each subject or lesson, because you have to start looking at credits for being able to graduate high school. And so you need to have specific information about how many hours you spent in that particular subject or class, what their grades were. You need to be able to build a transcript from this. So you've got your subject and your class, a description of what is being covered in that particular class, details about the lessons that you're going to cover for the month for that class, important dates to remember, like perhaps when you're going to give tests or quizzes, when projects might be due, deadlines, sort of the same thing. And then you have this whole like little dot grid section down here for projects so that you could add some stuff in there. Another class overview section. I could see myself actually needing more of these because we're doing more than 2 classes, obviously, per month. But it's possible that I could take, like for July, it's already passed and we didn't do school in July. So I could probably take this page and add it to a page where we are having school, and same thing from the end to maybe add to that. I'm not sure exactly yet how I'm gonna do that. Or I could just add some extra notes pages or something for keeping up with that. Then you've got a reading list here. So name, grade, year, book title, book author, subject, and read by. So this is good for keeping up with your students' reading list. And then here are the way the weeks look for the homeschool planner. And I like that this is a vertical planner. That's just a little bit of how my brain works. It does include your Saturdays and Sundays, whereas the teacher planner did not, which is good in case you need to catch up on the weekends or if you have field trips or that kind of thing on the weekends. But you've got your days up here, so the 30th, 1st, 2nd, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then you've got your little blocks, so you could write each subject in here. And then you've got assignments, don't forget your weekly focus, any activities, and then don't forget for the week ahead. So for like your pre-planning for the following week. This is really helpful if you're needing to get things together for like science experiments, and you need to remember that on Sunday you need to, get supplies from the store for a science experiment or something like that. And so each week looks exactly the same. I'm going to just scroll through those. All the way through August the 3rd. And then you're into August and you've got your currently page for August and your August divider. Homeschool is a work of heart. This is really pretty. You've got the book, all the flowers, the butterflies. I really liked the seasonal planner dividers a little bit better, but these are pretty. I'm going to take you through each one of the dividers because all of the months, the weeks, and everything are going to be exactly the same. Believe, motivate, inspire, encourage, and support. And you've got these flowers. For October, you've got Home Sweet Homeschool with this cute little coffee cup with flowers coming out. For November, you have this foiled page that says choose kind, spread happy, keep life fun, learn and grow. Books are magic. Lots of little pretty quotes there. December, love this homeschool life. You also have some foiling here, knowledge, energy, 100% hard work. So just really schooly. Not all classrooms have four walls, which is true. Sometimes we do homeschool outside. You can do homeschool anywhere, which is one of the benefits of homeschool. And so it is nice to get out of your environment. Right now it's just too hot to do that, but we will do that in the fall. Lots of little homeschool or school items, so glue and pencils and crayons and all the things. February is keep life simple. You've got some pretty little florals here, and then you've got this sort of shiplap background again like you have on the cover. In March, it's a beautiful day to learn. That's in like a foil. I don't know if you can tell that the words are, but then you've got this really adorable apple in the background and then green with some little polka dots. Not sure how that's translating on video, but super cute. April, you've got just the florals. May, you have For the Love of Learning, which is like a black background, and then you've got this little pencil lined edge here. And then June, you've got Let's Root for Each Other and Watch Each Other Grow, and this is just another scene with your flowers and your little butterflies there. And then that is it for the homeschool planner. You've got some notes pages, one notes page here in the back, and then your flowers, plan a happy life. And the back just has this shiplap again with the Happy Planner logo. So my plans, I'm gonna have to do some back planning in these planners because like I said, we have already started school and I have just been keeping notes in my regular catch-all planner over our curriculum every day that I'm gonna need to go back and add into one of these and fill out what subjects we're working on. Like for instance, electives aren't necessarily for the whole entire year. Sometimes they're half credits, and so you'll do one for one part of the year and another for another part of the year. But anyway, these are the planners I'm going to be using for my homeschool planning for the year. Most of the guts probably from this planner, although I do like that checklist section out of the back of the Teaching Seasons planner, and of course the dividers from the Teaching Seasons planner I just fell in love with. So we'll be using that for our homeschool this year. So I hope that this was helpful information for you if you are a teacher or a homeschool mom and you were looking at these planners but you wanted to get a little bit of a better look at them. And I hope that you will go and listen to my podcast about planning for health. That'll talk to you all about why planning is important, why I do it, and how it's related to women's health. And then watch this channel. You know, if this is some information that you're happy to see or you want to see more of, please subscribe. Hit the like button if this is something you liked and you found it helpful. Feel free to comment below if there's other things you want to see me look through or other topics that you'd like to see me go into on this channel, because it's just starting and growing. We can turn it into whatever we would like it to be for you guys out there in my community who are already devoted podcast listeners, who I hope will now be YouTube watchers as well. So let me know what you want to see with the channel. Look out for some upcoming videos where I'm going to flip through some other items. It is planner season out there, so lots of new things are going to start coming out. Hell of a Plan has a release today of their 2026 discount planners. I do not have any of those planners to show you, but I do have some other really cute Kelva plan items for fall that I will be unboxing on the channel in the next day or so. So look out for that. And, happy planning. See you soon. Bye.